My first question, Brother Edwin, Elder Edwin Cotto of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, is very plain, simple, and categorical. I have noticed in your presentation that you have used church fathers when the church fathers would defend your position. And actually you also claimed first, before your presentation earlier, that if the church fathers would prove Sunday keeping, it is not the word of God, you would not accept it. My question is, are you making now a double standard judgment, Brother Edwin Cotto, Elder Cotto? Yes or no?
No.
Answer the question, then explain.
No. I'm not making a double standard. We're very clear. We're using the Bible as the only reference to prove doctrine. But we were clear on our agreement that if we mention church fathers, you mention Ellen White, you can mention references outside the Bible, that's okay because that can add weight. But I only referenced it to prove that they're not trustworthy, actually. So it's quite the opposite. I referenced it to prove they're not trustworthy and why we shouldn't use them as proof of the Bible. That's why I referenced them. I didn't reference them to prove the Bible, to prove the Sabbath. I referenced them to prove why we shouldn't use them to prove the Sabbath.
Okay, next question. Elder Cotto, you mean that you just use that church father to prove that it is unreliable? So why is it that you have used it to prove Saturday in your PowerPoint presentation when you told us now earlier that it is unreliable? So that means it does not prove anything from your point to prove the church father open on Saturday Sabbath. Yes or no?
Okay, so we have a misunderstanding. I said that we're going to use the Bible to prove the doctrine. I'm going to use the Bible to prove the doctrine of the seventh-day Sabbath. But we agreed before that if we mention anything outside the scriptures, that's allowed as long as we're not mentioning it to prove our points. I'm not mentioning it to prove that the seventh day is the Sabbath. I'm mentioning it to prove that they're not reliable. We shouldn't use them. I'm sticking with the agreement. I'm saying don't use the church fathers. If you use them, that's on you. But they don't prove anything. Only the scriptures can prove the point here. And I think I was clear on the scriptures.
Also for that plain and very clear admission that even though you quoted Saturday Sabbath among church fathers, it does not prove your case. Now, the next question is very simple, plain again, and very categorical. Let's answer me guys. Now, the topic that we have agreed, the theme is very clear and simple. Prove or resolve that Saturday Sabbath, seventh day, Saturday, specifically Saturday, is normative for Christians according to the Bible. Now, my question is, of all the verses that you put in your presentation, have you presented the word letter by letter, literally, Saturday? Yes or no? Very categorical. Answer me yes or no, then explain in 1 minute.
Sure, yeah, I know you want me to say no because that's why in the beginning we were struggling with either using the word Saturday or seventh day, because I know you wanted me to say Saturday because the Bible doesn't say Saturday. The Bible also doesn't say Sunday, by the way. It doesn't say Sunday anywhere in the Bible that Sunday is the Sabbath. So, excuse me, I proved that
just give 1 minute, still 20 seconds. So continue.
Yeah, the Bible proves that the seventh day, now I was very clear in my presentation, I mentioned seventh day many times throughout every slide. Seventh day Sabbath is normative. That's what I proved. That's what you have to disprove.
So next question. So would it be again another clear admission that the word Saturday is not written in the Bible and it does not prove your case that the seventh day Sabbath is really Saturday? Yes or no? Very categorical. Answer yes or no, and then explain in 1 minute.
No, that doesn't prove that. The answer is no, that doesn't prove that at all. You're mixing two things. You're telling me that because it doesn't say Saturday, therefore it doesn't say seventh day. That's not true. Just because it doesn't say Saturday, it doesn't mean there isn't a seventh day. There is a seventh day. The word Saturday came in later. The Bible doesn't mention the word Saturday, nor does it mention the word Sunday. Nor does it mention the word Tuesday or Friday, but it mentions seventh day. And that's what I was proving, seventh day Sabbath people.
Okay, next question, Elder Cotto. Since you admit that you have not proven Saturday because it is not found letter by letter in the Bible.
5 minutes.
Would that mean yes or no? Very categorical, plain and categorical question. That you have not proven your case of that word Saturday, specific day in the calendar, in the week. Because we're talking about a specific Sabbath day. You have not proven in your presentation that Saturday is the 7th-day Sabbath of the Christians. Yes or no?
Well, I wasn't seeking to prove Saturday with that term that you want me to use. I was seeking to prove 7th day. Now, I understand why you want to stick to that term Saturday because you think that's going to help your case. But I think everybody who's listening is well aware that when we say Saturday, we mean 7th-day Sabbath. Everybody knows that. If you want to stick to the term, the technical term Saturday, that's fine. But I think everybody is well aware that when we say Saturday, we mean 7th day. We're not talking about Saturday. I'm not trying to prove the term Saturday. I'm trying to prove the word 7th-day Sabbath, which lands on what we call Saturday, actually Sunset Friday to Sunset Saturday. But we're talking about the 7th day, and that's what I was proving. I think I proved it pretty well.
My next question is, you quoted Isaiah chapter 66, verse 22 to 23, to prove that there is a Sabbath in the new heavens and the new earth. That is very clear in your presentation. My very plain, simple, and categorical question, Elder Cotto of the Seventh Adventist Church, that do you know that in the Revelation chapter 22, verse 4 to 6, there is no more day and night in the new heavens and the new earth, according to the scriptures, letter by letter? There is no more day and night, letter by letter. Do you know it? Yes or no?
Okay, so the text says that there will be a monthly gathering, right? And so if it says monthly, then we know that there is time there. Now, I don't presume to understand completely the time that's going to be there because I'm not there yet. And I want to get there and I want you to be there. But the Bible says right there in that chapter 22, the one you're talking about, that there is monthly gatherings there. There is a monthly change. It says here in Revelation chapter 22, verse 2, in the middle of the street, it says each tree yielding its fruit every month. And so there will be time there. There will be days there because how else do you read a month unless you have days?
Okay, next question. You have read verse 2, but let me read verse 4, and I would like to anchor my premise on this particular verse before I ask my question. In Revelation chapter 22, verse 5, it literally reads in this version or any Catholic and Protestant Bible, reads and says, and there shall be no night there, and they need no candle, neither light of the sun. For the Lord God giveth them light, and they shall reign forever and ever. Isn't it very clear, Elder Cotto, that Revelation 22, the month there, means there is no day and night, literally, in the King James and all Catholic and Protestant Bible? No. Even though mine is said in Revelation chapter 22, verse 2, yet in verse 5, it is clear that the month there is not qualified by any particular day or night, according to verse 5, letter by letter. Yes or no? If answer me yes or no categorically,
okay, and then so no, you're misunderstanding here. Just because it says there's no night there doesn't mean there aren't going to be days there. For example, verse 25 in that same chapter 21, verse 25 says, its gates shall not be shut all by day. That's what it says in verse 25 of chapter 21. So there will be days there. So just because it says there's no need of the sun or need of the moon, because that's the word that's used there, need. Just because it says there won't be need there and there will be no night there, doesn't mean there won't be days there. If you put yourself in a room for 2 weeks and it's dark for 2 weeks in that room, that doesn't mean the days stop. It just means it's dark all the time. And so Jesus's light will shine all the time. You won't see the night there, but that doesn't mean that the earth won't be round, that it won't keep rotating, and that the days will not keep taking place.
Next question, Elder Cotto. Let's go here deeper in this.
Next question, and that will be the last question.
Okay, the last question in Revelation chapter 22, verse 6, a showdown question. The word there means the literal new heavens and the new earth. The word there, not only your explanation in a room, then outside the room, there is a day. Here, the there, here, the word here, there in verse 6 and verse 5, does it not refer, yes or no, to the new heavens and the new earth, the whole new heavens and the earth? Yes or no?
I apologize. Mr. Moderator, can he repeat that question? You do have a strong accent, so I want to understand very clearly what you're asking.
Yes, please. That's okay. That's okay. Please repeat it just to. Anyway, this is the last question. Go ahead and repeat it, please, Bro Alvin.
Okay, I'll repeat it. In Revelation chapter 22, verse 5 and 6, the word there refers to the place. Does it refer literally to the whole new heavens and the new earth? There is no more night there. There is no more light or day there. There refers, yes or no, to the new heavens and new earth, or no? Yes or no? Then explain.
So no.
Sorry, the question is about the day there. The word there refers to, if it refers to the whole universe, or the whole place. Does it refer there the whole place, or the specific place there?
Okay, that refers to the New Jerusalem on the earth made new, not the whole universe. The New Jerusalem, chapter 21, mentions mentions the New Jerusalem coming down from heaven on the new earth. And then it mentions in verse 1 of 22, and he showed me a pure river of water of life. It's talking about a river on the new earth. There's a tree there as well, a tree of life. As you keep reading, that tree of life is a healing for the nations. And then it goes down the context, very clearly mentioning the context is the new earth and Jerusalem, the new Jerusalem. All right. And it's on the earth. The earth is round, brother. And so it'll keep rotating. There's no indication it won't. Therefore, the sun will be in its place unless it's changed. We don't know. We'll find out then. But as far as we know, unless the Bible's clear, it'll still rotate. There'll still be night and day, but it won't be night on the earth, because we will have the light of the Son of God who will be amongst us at that time. And so that's why there won't be no night there, because he'll be there with us. But nevertheless, it's talking about the new earth, and it does mention days on the new earth.